Good morning, Year 5. Quick answers to yesterday's work. So what is pankration? A combination of boxing and wrestling. I think most of us got that. Two words that are synonyms of each other. The answer was power and strength. Quite a few of you put racing or running. I'd accept that, but I think power and strength are better because the racing came from chariot racing, which isn't running. Why does the author include a sentence in the subjunctive mood following the initial question? Well, that's really tricky. The subjunctive is a Year 6 objective, but I gave an explanation in the video yesterday. The word if means that something is a possibility. So it's this here. If I were you is the subjunctive. So because it says if I were you, it means that something is a possibility. And also the writer is suggesting the reader do something. So that's what makes it subjunctive. You'll do more of that next year. Why do you think the advert ends with the phrase women need not apply? It ends with women need not apply because only men were allowed to participate in the ancient Olympic Games. That has all changed now, obviously. Okay, let's crack on with today's lesson. It's our last writing lesson. It's our last, well, full lesson of the year, isn't it? Last English lesson. I can write a persuasive text. So you're finally going to get a chance to write your persuasive text. So let's remind ourselves what this is about. You are going to write a holiday brochure that persuades people to visit ancient Greece. Now, a holiday brochure is one of these things. It's like a leaflet that is trying to get someone to go on holiday somewhere. Okay, so what we need to get our heads around, this is a bit tricky. We're going to write it in a modern style, but we're going to imagine it was for people who were alive 2,500 years ago and might want to visit ancient Greece as it was then. Okay, so imagine it's for someone living, I don't know, in England, and you're trying to get them to visit ancient Greece. Now, that wouldn't happen. Holidays, as we understand them, didn't really happen in those days, but it's just a bit of fun. We can be a bit silly with it. Okay, so modern style, but trying to get people to visit ancient Greece at the time. Okay. Right, here's another reminder of the kind of persuasive language we need to use. These are the 9 different features we've been studying, and I've got examples of them here. I'm not going to read them all to you, but I will upload this as a separate file so you can have a look at these. Okay, we've got examples of all of them. I'll just note that superlatives and exaggeration can often be the same thing. If you're saying something that's the greatest, the finest, the best, the most incredible, then you're probably exaggerating, aren't you? Puns and cliches is the tricky one. Don't panic if you find those hard. The really important ones, I think, are exaggeration, imperatives, emotive language. Okay, just getting someone excited about going there, basically. Okay, so I'll upload that as a separate file. Right, let's just recap the structure. You planned this the other day, but we want a nice catchy title. You could have a cliche in there, some alliteration possibly. The introduction should probably include a rhetorical question. You're just introducing the subject, getting them excited about it, and then you're going to go into more detail. So we plan to do 4 sort of main paragraphs. So a bit on the Acropolis and the Parthenon, that's the temple. The Acropolis is the hill, the Parthenon is the temple to Athena, the goddess. A paragraph on the Olympic Games. When I say paragraph, it doesn't have to be too long. I think 3 sentences is probably enough. So we're not going crazy here. I thought a paragraph on the Minotaur's Labyrinth. So imagine it's still there today, and you're imagine it's like a theme park, like you're persuading someone that it could be really exciting to go and visit the Minotaur's Labyrinth, and maybe even to challenge themselves to go and, escape the labyrinth. It's a bit silly. I don't think anybody would want to do that on a holiday, but we'll have a bit of fun with it. And then any other site of your choice, something else to do with ancient Greece that you would like to write about. And then the closing paragraph is just where you have a last chance to persuade them. So it's language like, what are you waiting for? Book now to avoid disappointment. And here's where you could add a pun maybe as well. Okay. I threw in some puns here. Rome is where the heart is. That's a Roman pun. Blessed are the Greeks. Well, that comes from the Bible. Blessed are the meek. So I've changed that to Greeks. Greece, I'm going to myth you. So not I'm going to miss you, but myth. Again, puns, they're not great, and they're pretty bad. But anyway, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Right. I'm just going to remind you, some of the bits of writing you've produced for me so far, people keep going into information texts, and they're getting confused. Okay, today you are trying to persuade someone to go on holiday. You're not just telling them information about ancient Greece. You're trying to get them to go on that holiday. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 example bits of text here. I want you to decide which one is persuasion, which one is just information. Okay, the Parthenon is a temple dedicated to the Greek goddess Athena, situated on the hill, the Acropolis. Visit the stunning Parthenon, temple of the Greek goddess Athena. If you're lucky, you'll catch a glimpse of Athena yourself. So which one is information? Which one is persuasion? Well, that one there is information, and that one there is persuasion. What makes it persuasion? Well, we're telling them to visit. We've got emotive language there, the stunning Parthenon. We've got a bit of information in there now. If you're lucky, you'll catch a glimpse of Athena yourself. So we've got some weasel language there. If you're lucky, so you're not guaranteed to, you'll catch a glimpse of Athena yourself. And we're inviting the reader in, you know, we're speaking to them, we're addressing them, aren't we? Okay, getting them to get excited about coming. So I don't want to see language like this, just boring, these are the Greeks, this is what the Greeks did. I want us to see stuff like this, get people excited, get them wanting to go. Okay, let's have a go at, I'm going to write an example text. I'm going to do mine about ancient Rome. Obviously your one is about visiting Greece. Okay, so I'm going to come up with a catchy title. Visit Romantic Rome, and we've got an imperative verb there, visit, we're telling them to visit, and then we've got some alliteration there and some emotive language, romantic Rome. Okay, maybe you're trying to persuade them they'll fall in love if they go there. Right, let's start with a rhetorical question. Let's make that a bit smaller. Are you tired of the same old holiday destinations? Okay, rhetorical question, we don't need an answer. Well, look no further. Apologies for my mistakes, I will make little typos. Well, look no further than Rome for the holiday of a lifetime. Okay, some exaggeration there. An imperative verb, well, look no further. We're telling them to look no further than Rome for the holiday of a lifetime. Exaggeration. Could be, might not be. From battling gladiators in the Colosseum to admiring the finest roads in the world, the finest roads ever built, Rome provides everything you could want from a holiday. We've used holiday a couple of times, so should we say vacation, just to change it up a bit? And more. Right, weasel language, what does that mean? No idea. And more. Everything you could want plus some more. What have I done here? From battling gladiators in the Colosseum to admiring the finest roads ever built. This is an example of the power of exaggeration and persuasive language. You're basically saying, get in a fight with a trained warrior and look at a road, and we're trying to make it sound exciting, aren't we? Obviously there are some exciting things to see in Rome, but I'm just playing around with the language here a bit. Okay, provides everything you could want. Really? Sounds like exaggeration to me. And more. That's a bit of a cliche, isn't it? Right, let's go into I'm going to model how to write one paragraph. I'm going to make mine about visiting the Colosseum and challenging some gladiators. This could be similar to how you might want to persuade someone to visit the Minotaur's labyrinth, the maze. So you're sort of making it sound exciting. If you're feeling brave, so we're addressing the reader, we're talking to them. If you're feeling brave, why not visit the Colosseum? The Colosseum is that big stadium where lots of battles and things would happen in Rome. This almighty sports arena, comma, and filled with world-class athletes. Okay, emotive language, powerful adjectives saying they're world-class, and entertainment. Is guaranteed to take your breath away. Oh, guaranteed, exaggeration. Is it guaranteed? Take your breath away, that's emotive language. Okay. And test your combat skills and challenge a gladiator, that's one of the fighters, to a duel. Now, I'm going to do something a bit silly here. We haven't really learned about these yet, but I'm going to put in a little asterisk. Have you ever heard of small print? So a small print is that tiny writing at the bottom of an advert, which is the bit they don't want you to read, but by law, they have to put it in, okay? If it's a radio advert, they usually talk really quickly at the end of the advert, okay? On a written advert, they often put this tiny writing at the bottom, and it's where they just have to make something clear for legal reasons. So I'm going to put here, warning may result in death. Okay, so you'll see this on adverts. It's the small print, the bit they make it small, so you probably won't read it, but legally they have put it there. And it's just, I'm having a bit of fun here, I'm being a bit silly, aren't I? You wouldn't want to go and fight a gladiator on your holiday, but I thought it's useful to know why we have this thing called small print. So I put a little asterisk and put that there. Okay. And then we could start a new paragraph. Whoops. If relaxing is your thing, comma, and then we move on to another paragraph. I don't know what we put there. Okay, so I'm just going to remind you that this is what we're doing. We're following this structure. We're trying to use this kind of language. Always make it sound interesting and persuasive and try and get that person to come to visit ancient Greece. Right, I'm really looking forward to reading your texts. Also, you could add illustrations and pictures to make it stand out a bit more. That would be lovely. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.